Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your April 2022 general reading. We are looking at the first 2 weeks of April from the 1st through the 15th, and this reading is for the water sign of Scorpio. Welcome, everyone. I hope you're all doing well, and as I always like to start with a note of gratitude, thanks for being here, for watching these videos. Your likes, shares, subscribes, donations, feedback, comments, those of you who reach out for personal readings, all appreciated and all welcome. Thank you so much. So Scorpio, this reading is for you for the first 2 weeks of April 2022. That's if your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign is in Scorpio. It's also relevant if you're cross-watching for a Scorpio. It is a general reading, so of course it's going to resonate a little differently for everyone. Make sure to watch all of your other signs, sun, moon, rising, Venus, for any other additional insight and perspective. And if you find that something does resonate with you, you'd like to get a personal reading, take a deeper look at something, or just get information about that, feel free to email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to hear from you. I can usually respond within the same day with more information. I do offer a wide variety of readings. You can also get that contact info by clicking the description link, that little arrow below. So message me if you'd like. I'd be happy to hear from you and to work with you. Okay, Scorpio, let's see what the first 2 weeks of April look like for you. I am using the Tarot of Dreams and clarifying with the Gilded Tarot. Yeah. Interesting, your sister sign Cancer started with a choice too. We begin with the Two of Wands, being at a crossroads, trying to choose a path. Perhaps a path of action, because the Wands is governed by the element of fire. With the Ten of Cups, happy home, celebration, marriage, childbirth, blessings. Tens represent cycle endings or cycle achievement, coming full circle. So the Ten of Cups can represent feeling like you've gotten to the place where everything's finally connecting in a beautiful way, especially where home and family are considered. This is traditionally one of like the white picket fence cards. Everything is in its proper place and you're really happy. Home and family, harmony, marriage, childbirth, blessings. It's a traditional marriage card. Maybe some of you are trying to make a decision about marriage, make a decision about starting a family, having a family. The home itself, the house or property itself. Next, we have the other happy home, marriage, celebration cards, the Four of Wands, unexpected blessings, happy surprises. It's one of the wedding cards. It can represent celebratory events around friends and family, the stability of the home, celebrations around that, with the Magician working hard to try to manifest that. Hard work, entrepreneurial energy, working hard on a lot of different levels, mental, emotional, and physical, to make something happen. Some of you might be, this is a general reading, so it's going to vary, of course, for everyone. For some of you, it might be like a deep, emotional, intense thing. For others of you, it might be about a party, about a get-together, about a marriage, a wedding, an anniversary, a family reunion. It may be literally planning some kind of social event around friends and family and a celebration. Next, we have the Ten of Wands, another 10, feeling burdened, feeling overwhelmed, feeling like something has got to give. You need to let this go, the end of a long-held heavy burden. With the Four of Cups, an offer being made, somebody not being all that enthusiastic about taking it because they already have 3 cups upright and full. For some of you, there's a lot of similarities here in the theme as here, Scorpio, as there was in the reading for your sister sign Cancer. It may be a decision about marriage for some of you, and like you've been working hard, you've been doing all this stuff, you're working towards that, you guys have been together for a while, but they're just like not on board. I actually feel like there's for those of you for whom that resonates, I feel like there's love between the two of you, but it's like you're like, I am just tired of being the one to kind of carry everything, or like sort of like the weight of the world is on your shoulder and you're not getting the help that you need. The other person's not there for you in the way that a partner should be. From the bottom of the deck, the overall energy and focus is the Eight of Coins. Work, nose to the grindstone, working hard at something, working hard to build something up. And, that's kind of what I'm getting as a real strong theme here, a real strong feeling here, Scorpio, is that you, of course, could be the other person, but that you've been working really hard at this relationship, perhaps at this marriage. And it might be, working hard in the relationship and kind of being a great partner and all of that kind of stuff. And, some of you, it might be wanting to, okay, now's the time you need to make a decision about us getting married or not. Some of you, it may be there's already this marriage or relationship established here. And you're like, I'm tired of feeling like I'm alone here. I'm tired of feeling like I'm the one carrying the burden. And, I'm always asking or wanting help or wanting support. What's the point of being in a relationship if you still feel like you're alone the majority of the time, right? But it's like the other person's just not on board. It feels uneven or unequal. Some of you, it might be lesser in terms of emotional intensity. Maybe that you're trying to plan an event or organize an event or something of that sort. You don't feel like it's just overwhelming. You need help and you don't feel like you're getting the help that you need. It might be, not quite so emotionally complex and intense for some of you. It's a general reading. So let's clarify a bit. Let's clarify the Eight of Coins, nose to the grindstone, working hard. The Magician again. The Magician is a hard worker because he's the entrepreneur of the tarot. He knows it's not enough just to put out good vibes and visualize. That's where it starts, right? But then you have to take your tools, your wisdom, your knowledge, your experience, pair that with the hard work in order to make something actually manifest into physical reality, right? Hard worker. So you've got that twice, working really hard to try and manifest something. And here we're trying to manifest some kind of happy home energy here. The Six of Pentacles. Sometimes called the breadcrumb card. It can represent giving and receiving. But sometimes it's called the breadcrumb card because it says, pay attention to the balance of giving and receiving. Who's doing what in this relationship, in this partnership, in this situation? Because this is somebody who has an awful lot that they could give, could share, but they're only giving one or two or just a few. They're not even actually looking at the person they're throwing it out to. They're only represented by hands, right? This feels like a relationship or partnership of some kind, either about home, about the family, about marriage, or some combination of that. And one person is working really hard, and it feels very uneven, only for breadcrumbs. The person is there for them. The other person is there for them when they feel they want to, if it's not too inconvenient for them. That's kind of what I'm getting. And again, I don't want to skew it so much on that negative because I do feel like there's love and caring here. But it feels like one person in this relationship or partnership is much more selfish than the other person. And because of that, the other person that's doing a lot of the giving and working is just feeling like they're at their wits' end, right? Clarify the Two of Wands. The Emperor, who also showed up in Cancer's reading, might be an Aries, because Aries is attached to the sign of the Emperor. An older person, which probably means they could be rather stubborn and dug in and set in their ways. Disciplined, conservative, routine, perseverance. Could be a father or a father figure. There's a decision here. A decision that needs to be made about the happy home, or whether it's going to be a happy home, or whether it continues, or about marriage. The Ten of Cups, which is with the Two of Wands and the Emperor, is clarified by the Ten of Wands and the Ace of Wands. The Ten of Wands is clarified by the Ten of Wands again, and the Ace of Wands. New beginnings in home and family, marriage, moving in together. It could be starting a family. It could be something to do with the house property itself. There's a decision that needs to be made. The Emperor needs to make a decision. You need to make a decision. The two of you need to make a decision. It feels like you've already put yourself out there, Scorpio, and now you're waiting to see what the other person does, what the Emperor individual does. There's some kind of decision that needs to be made here that's going to have a significant impact on home and family life. And it's about either taking it to the next level, starting something new in the process. Again, whether that's moving in together, marriage, starting a family together, some combination of all of those things. And for a smaller portion of you, this might be a lesser situation, like actually planning an event that is about home and family. Clarify the Four of Wands. The Three of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. This is working really hard in compromise and negotiation. And I think that you've done enough, Scorpio. Because a very similar theme here as there is to your other sister sign reading, general readings too. It's you've worked enough, you've compromised enough in regards to what you feel is good and right and proper for you under the umbrella that's, home and family and marriage and all of that. You've compromised enough, you've worked hard enough. Clarifying the Magician. For some of you, this could be a work situation that has, a pretty profound effect on your home and family life. If so, you're overworked and underpaid. Basically, whatever the situation is, you're putting way too much effort in it for what you're getting back. The Three of Swords and the Five of Wands. So the Magician is working hard, the entrepreneur, he's trying to manifest this happy home situation. But there's heartache, and the same petty drama, arguments, and conflict going around and around and around in circles. Again, it's kind of the same thing. It's the same thing repeated. Again, whatever it is that is the primary bone of contention or argument in this relationship or partnership or situation is the same. It just keeps going on and on and on, again, with no visible result, except that you keep putting all this time and effort into it, Scorpio, and I think that needs to end. Because, look at what the next card is. It's Ten of Wands. I can't take this anymore. I've got to lay this down, one way or the other. We either can go forward together and move forward together in the next step, or we need to go our separate ways. That's kind of what I'm getting here. Because somebody is just at their wit's end. They're tired. They don't want to do this anymore. With the Four of Cups, it's like, I keep making this offer. You just keep looking at it, but there's never any change. Like, we have all these conversations, we have all these arguments, this thing just keeps going around and around ad infinitum for all this time. Nothing ever changes, or very little changes. It's not significant enough. Let's clarify the Ten of Wands. Like the Ten of Wands, also in the Ten of Swords, can also represent surrendering to an ending which might be painful or challenging, but it needs to happen so that you can start over again, heal and start over again. I'm not saying this is a general reading. For some of you, the answer might be yes, positive, moving forward, doing the thing, whatever the thing is that you want to do. For some of you, it might not be. Clarify Ten of Wands. But you're tired. You're like over this. Whatever the issue is here, whether it's marriage, moving in together, family, starting a family, kind of taking something in a new direction. You're just like, I've done everything I can, said everything I can 100 times. I can't do anymore. Ten of Wands. The Ten of Swords. See what the next card is. The Fool, needing to start over again, right? The Fool is the very first major arcana card in the tarot. That's why he has a 0 at the top of this card. This is starting a brand new journey. I think you're thinking about it. Whether or not it actually happens will vary, right? This is a general reading, but I think you're definitely thinking about, maybe I just need to accept that this is not going to change, and I need to come to an acceptance of that so that I can heal, start over again, and a little ways down the road have the opportunity to open myself up for new options, new possibilities, right? For some of you. Let's clarify the Four of Cups. The King of Wands. The King of Wands and the Emperor is likely the same person. Might be an Aries or fire sign. Same two cards showed up for Cancer too in the same situation. Doesn't know. This King of Wands doesn't know what he wants to do. Doesn't know if he wants to accept it, offer it, have a new beginning. take things in a new direction, have an emotional renewal in this relationship, partnership, situation. For perhaps a handful of you, the Emperor can represent a father or a father figure too. It might be making a decision or having some kind of trying to make a decision which will affect the home and family life about an older father or an elderly father, maybe bringing them into the home, caring for them, or moving them out of the home, and some other situation. Might be that for some of you, but again, there's there's conflict. Whatever the decision is about, there's conflict, and it's old conflict. It's been going on for quite a long time. It's the same arguments over and over and over again, and you're working hard, you're putting your effort into maintaining everything and not getting enough back, and you're either at the end of your rope or you're considering that you might just need to resign yourself to the fact that this isn't going to change. And instead of waiting for the other individual, you just need to go ahead and make your own decisions, right? I'm not feeling like this might be this is the time where that decision gets made. But again, it's a general reading. It might be for some of you. I'm not feeling strongly pulled towards that. So let's just wrap this up by asking for advice and guidance for Scorpio for the first 2 weeks of April regarding this situation. The Sun is your advice. The Four of Swords, taking a temporary step back, a temporary withdrawal, a temporary recuperation. This is kind of like retreating to recoup, recover, get a different perspective, rest a bit more. As advice, the Four of Swords and the Sun is about taking time off, taking a little mini vacation, getting away if you actually can for a day or 2 or 3, right? Queen of Cups, there you are, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And the Hanging Man, not taking any decisive action, not making a move forward because things are still playing out. I almost hate giving this advice sometimes when it comes up, but this is Spirit's advice. It's not really my advice, because the Hanging Man is like, look, I know this is challenging. I know it's an uncomfortable position to be in, but things are still playing out, waiting, watching, maybe gaining new information, but not making any decisive actions, which is what the other speaks to too. The Four of Swords, taking a temporary withdrawal. And the Sun is light, love, warmth, laughter. Whether doing this alone or doing it with your partner, it might be, I think for many of you, it might be just kind of getting off on your own, taking a vacation from this issue for a short period of time, just setting it aside and letting it brew. There's nothing that you're being called to do or decide on, at least during this short period of time, the first 2 weeks of April. Okay, Scorpio, those are your messages for the first 2 weeks of April 2022. I hope they were helpful or useful or validating, or at least gave you some food for thought. Again, if any of this resonates with you enough that you'd like to reach out for a personal reading, take a deeper look at something for yourself or as a gift for someone else, feel free to contact me directly at Maggie@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to hear from you. You can also get that contact info by clicking the description link, clicking the arrow attached to this video. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the April mid-month readings. Stay safe, stay well. Hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.